All right, welcome everybody to Comics and Illustration Studio 7.62. I'm Avery Butterworth, freelance illustrator and colorist for this Indiegogo Project Hero Book 1. A full-color, original, kid-friendly graphic novel, 164 pages of story, 176 pages total counting pinups and other bonus material that will be in it, with 33 hours left. Ignore that, I believe we are going to extend another 30 days. If we're going down swinging.
Awesome.
That's all we care about. And that's going to be every campaign, I believe, from now on. We're just going to go as hard as we can and try to look for as much promotion as we can. Here it is at 33% of our $10,000 goal. I would like it to exceed that. Because why? I want to make money. I do comics because I love them. I sell them because, well, I want to make money.
Yes, we all do.
Yeah. And you know what? This is, as of now, I have colored over 200 pages of Hero. Because I'm on page 39 of the second graphic novel, which is complete as well, except for the coloring.
That is a lot.
And hopefully Andrew is going to reorganize these tiers and redo tiers. Simplify.
If somebody's bought,
they'll get it. If they've already bought it, they'll get it. If they've already bought something, they're going to get it.
Well, that's definitely good. I'm not sure whether you can erase a tier if somebody's actually already bought it.
No. You can shut it down, though.
Yeah.
Make it no longer available.
Bethany says hi. She's in the chat.
Hey, what's up? What's up, Bethany? How are you?
Awesome artist in her own right.
And joining me is Cross Comics and the one and only Kodiak.
Hey. That was perfect timing. Front door.
Say hi, Cross.
Hello.
There we go. Andrew's supposed to be here, but as per usual, when it's my stream, it's not as important. He's always got something else.
As per usual, he's late. He's
late. Have you noticed that?
He always got to drive the car, Avery.
Yeah. Have you guys noticed that, though? Like, it's a pattern, isn't it? It seems to be a pattern. I think I've noticed a pattern.
I think he's just gone halfway. Let's all spam him.
Yeah, he's doing a family thing.
Well, that's why he leaves certain days open, right? So you can do family stuff or whatever.
I don't care about that stuff.
Of course.
Don't make no sense to me.
We have 4 people in the chat. Of course, one of them's me. But hey, y'all.
Yeah.
One of them's me too.
Hey, Bethany, did your sketchbook arrive yet? Let me see. Let me keep an eye. I know there's a delay.
After I messaged you and found out if you wanted to go live, you know what happened 5 minutes later?
What's that?
My wife came home and stirred up the whole family. See, me, I was going to have them go back in the room and watch a movie. Now she comes home and she's like, let's go outside and run through the house all day long.
Of course.
Right at 7 o'clock.
That's totally fine. You know what? We're all used to your kids screaming in the background, man.
Hey, it's not as bad as Mike and some of them that just don't care. At least I tried to mute.
Yeah. Oh, man, Mike. No, not yet. Okay. Hopefully. I thought they said it'd be there by... Oh, wait. They said they could be a delay because of weather. They said it probably it could arrive by Friday or Saturday, but it could be delayed 2 to 3 days because of weather when I shipped it. Okay, so it got delayed. It's on its way. You should have it. Yeah,
soon.
You should have it very soon. Yeah, we are used to Mike's kids.
It's a running gag though that we all don't know how many kids he actually has, because if you watch long enough, you're like, where'd that one come from?
True. It's fun. It's become endearing. It's the kind of thing, if you were watching someone else's streams, you'd be like, dude, get your kids out, you know?
Yeah, no.
But with Mike, it has become endearing.
Yeah.
That is true. At least with me it has.
Yeah, he streams so much, it's become part of the show. You're like watching what they're doing, what's the interaction. So yeah, it's part of the entertainment.
Andrew posted, I made a video of my mom explaining, then he retracted it. I saw that, Andrew. I think he retracted because he misspelled mom. I think he said my moth, and I know he meant mom. My moth, my Grand Moff Tarkin. I made a video of Grand Moff Tarkin explaining. Excuses. Andrew always has excuses for why, you know, when it's his channel, it's important. You know, when it's mine, it's not. It's always something.
I love the trip you're on, the guilt trip.
Yeah, I know. It's easy. The real reason is I don't schedule on a set, you know, I don't stream on a set schedule. I just stream when I get a bug up my butt and I want to stream. Because when I first started streaming, it was on Twitch, and you don't have anyone on your stream. You know, there was people that were doing it somehow, but I didn't have any friends on Twitch. No one watched my channel at all.
Yeah. If
you went and found That Guy Scribbling was my channel, I had like 10 followers. And the art thing on there was still relatively new. I think the art section was, anyway.
Every now and then I get quiet because I start sharing out on groups and trying to see how this works, like if it works at all.
Mm-hmm. So, and no one watched my streams, and I was coloring Hero Book. I was just starting to color Hero Book 1 because the coloring for that was over a really long period of time. Because I would work on it some, then stop, and wouldn't work on it for like a month or 2 months sometimes.
Craziness.
There was a lot going on at that time.
I can believe you.
Plus, I was getting paid. It was way less. And just no one would watch my channel on Twitch, dude. Ooh.
Well, at least some people are watching it here.
Exactly. Like you could look at things and be like, oh, you've only got 72 subscribers. You know, only 4 or 5 people show up for your streams, and you only get like 20 or so views afterwards. I'm like, that's massively over what I was getting on Twitch.
Yeah.
I see it as an improvement. Twitch was a no-go for me.
We need a controversy.
Yeah, I don't like those though. They're awful.
They take so much energy out of you.
Oh, dude. And there's so many people just trying to do damage.
I got in a spat today, and I was like, I realized, dude, what are you doing? Stop. So I hid the chat from myself. I'm like, don't stop. You're just it's taking life points away from you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that, and in the long run, it can hurt you if you feed into it too much. because eventually people will get worn out from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what that line is, I don't know. I mean, there's some people that can write it for years, man, years, and do a good job of managing it. Plus, some of the like fighting with the wacko anti-Comicsgate people, they have nothing to say that interests me, so I don't get bent out of shape over them because I don't pay attention to them.
Yeah.
Hit the thumbs up. Andrew's like, oh, I have a flea market story to share with you, and he said, hit the thumbs up. Avery needs the love. I don't know. Andrew and stories, man.
But sometimes they're funny.
If you can stay conscious to get there.
Yeah.
He takes the long way. Andrew can take 20 minutes to tell you he had Taco Bell for lunch.
When we were still real early and I kind of like, I was invited to like every other one, I said to myself, and I was watching and I heard him saying something that he had just done on the last stream. And I'm like, and I could tell he was going the long route. I'm like, my goal is to let him can still do the story, but I'm gonna like, and it's also become the reason he gets annoyed with me. But I'll stop him and I'll be like, oh, the one where you because I hate when I do it and then find out, oh, I've told you this story 20 times. So I just
yeah. I've been dealing with it for 30 years, and I yell at him, dude.
Well, you've gotten to the point where you don't realize they're good stories, but they're not good 20 times in a row.
Yeah. It's like, and some of them I was there. I'm like, yeah, dude, yeah, I know. I was there. Or I remember when you told me the next day 25 years ago.
Yeah, well, the problem is his audience hasn't heard them, so.
Yeah. To me, I'm just like, shut up.
You've got to suffer as he tells his audience and tries to entertain them.
Yeah, and I'm just like, you're killing me, dude.
Keyword there is try.
Yeah, I know. This is since Andrew's not here to defend himself. Let's just.
He is here. He's in the chat.
He's in the chat. Yeah, they're really not good stories. I just like telling them.
So, oh, this isn't my completed version. My completed version has my name in the ramp, but my picture of Tony Hawk that I did when he came here to Jacksonville, my photograph.
Oh, let me see.
I wanted this. I still want it as a poster. I just feel like it really tells a story. The composition, it's luck. I'm not gonna lie from that. It was luck, but the composition.
Yeah, it's good.
And then I was able to use, I used to use Photoshop as a Lightroom, like a legitimate old school Lightroom. And so the sky went white, and yeah.
Cool. It is a good composition that way.
I always meant to get a good poster out of it, but I never did. I'm cheap that way. But what I was I'm still looking for is I wanted to, we're always talking about artwork that we were inspired while, walking through my dad's halls, seeing Conan, stuff that used to scare me. Now I go, wow, that wasn't scary at all, but still doesn't matter. It was down that dark hallway that led to a comic office, whatever, and then I was like, wait a minute, some of the best art. Now you all know that I discuss and hate my time with the Jehovah's Witnesses, right? But some of their artwork and some of their publications are way metal. And I'm about to show you some. I only got like 5 or 6 that I managed because I don't have the actual books that we used to grow up with. But bro, they're metal as hell. And I'm just like, I want to put them in. That's why in my story, they kind of have it has kind of a Christian lore feel to it. I can't even remember where I put it. I hid it from myself. Oh, I'm in the wrong file. Okay.
I hid it from myself.
Dude, I've been erasing files for 4 days now. I've been cleaning and erasing and doing all that crap.
And Andrew's like, I'm in the chat, or have I already told you that?
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. Andrew can be funny when he sticks to his wheelhouse of how funny he is. Like Zach says, you have to realize you're like anyone can be funny. You just have to realize you're only this funny, and you stay in that lane.
And don't try to explain your jokes, because when we laughed the other day and he didn't realize he had made the most awesome joke, I can't remember what it was. What was that?
I can't either, but it was hysterical. Well, he made a very obvious double entendre.
Yeah.
But he didn't realize he made it, and that's what made it hysterical. It was one of the times Todd showed up, our buddy Todd.
Yeah.
And Andrew just had no idea what he had just said. And then gold.
But it was like he purposely stuck the landing, and then when he didn't know, it was just like, oh.
Yes, man. It was great.
So check this picture. This was in a book called The Revelation Book that we had to go through every Tuesday night. And it's Babylon.
That's metal. Yeah, that's metal.
Okay, I only got 2 or 3. Here's one of the like Michael the angel throwing that's
a lot of that type of religious imagery did influence heavy metal.
Yeah. It had to have. It's so good. That's all.
It did. It absolutely did.
They had to tone it down some. Some of the stuff they used to put in like their Bibles.
For one thing, think about the Metallica song "Creeping Death."
Oh, I know. Now that I'm old enough to
by my hand I creep across the land, killing firstborn man. That is the story of Moses.
Yeah. Yeah.
And him and God sending the angel of death.
What I didn't realize is he had a lot of stuff. James is a really good writer.
Yes.
And in them early days, he was heavily influenced by by the Bible. So
yeah, he had one of those like traumatic, like overzealous Christian upbringings.
Yes.
Where the people took it a little too they took the old school fire and brimstone too harshly.
Yeah.
And it did some damage.
It was called Christian Science. His mother actually died because she wouldn't get medical help.
Oh yeah, Christian Science, they're kooky.
It's actually very close to some of the beliefs, but nowhere as extreme as JW. But what I didn't know until I was a full-fledged adult, Dave Mustaine from Megadeth, ex-Metallica, he was a Jehovah's Witness up until he was like 17. I was like, what? My hero? I found him when I was 17, and all these years I didn't, when I was trying to escape, stuff like that, and then went back in it, So to find out that he was an ex-Jehovah's Witness puts me like, if you ever meet 2 Jehovah's Witnesses, they'll start using lingo that nobody gets. That's what kind. So it's crazy.
Well, it's just like Michael Jackson grew up a Jehovah's Witness, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing with him. His older brothers would have been put into it.
No, that was Prince. That's what Prince was too, right?
Yeah, Prince turned into a JW. He actually, towards the end, he actually found the JW, and that's what happens when you go wild for a while and you stick to, you find something that's really strict, and you need that strictness. So I know exactly what he went through, Yeah.
A little kooky.
Yep. I mean, and the thing is I had friends growing up, a kid from my neighborhood that I used to battle with, and all of a sudden I just seen him in the Kingdom Hall. I'm like, how'd you get here? And he knew somebody from school that went to the Kingdom Hall or whatever. And he's like, what surprised me is it's not different than my Baptist church. I'm like, bro, he's like, I thought y'all didn't believe in Jesus. And I'm like, no, the JWs believe in Jesus. That's their Lord and King. And, the guy that's going to take over the kingdom, that's his kingdom, blah, blah, blah. They They just do like the Baptists. They believe that, you know, Jesus and Yahweh or God or whatever are two separate things. None of that, you know, to certain people, they still debate over that. So what they didn't realize is that the JWs weren't that different. They were just extreme.
Mm-hmm. And I was raised Southern Baptist, like the fire and brimstone kind.
Yeah. Oh my God.
A little bit. My parents weren't that strict, but the church we went to for a while was the fire and brimstone kind.
Right.
Where they show you the scare tactic films of like teenagers doing drugs and dying in a car wreck and going to hell and that crap.
Makes for the best heavy metal, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. It wasn't long after that I was really into heavy metal.
Yep. And I look back at like some of the Sistine Chapel stuff, and I'm like, whoa, that's metal. I mean, bro, that's just
yeah. Religious imagery plays a big part in heavy metal. A huge part in a lot of different bands, because it's the way they use it. They use it to be transgressive, which was a big statement in metal back in the day. That's the reason we have bands today who take it a step further. You know, we have bands like Ghost.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who turn it into a whole big theater act based off of, you know, like it's the progression of Alice Cooper, from Cooper to Manson to Ghost. Although Manson is industrial, but still there's a lot of ties between industrial and metal.
Misfit is saying we are getting ready to leave
for
home in a few.
Yeah. He's warning us he'll be here soon.
Gotcha. See, I didn't. I never got into like Slayer and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I was almost killed in a Slayer concert. But shoot, bands White Zombie, Megadeth is my all-time favorite band. And then some I really like some industrial stuff. Manson, you know, 9 Inch Nails.
A band I used to really like, and they're a lot of people have classified them industrial, but to me they really walked the line between industrial and metal, and that was Prong.
Yeah. I've listened. I have their stuff, and I've listened to them before. But it's like it's one of those things that I forget about that I have.
Yeah, and one of my current favorite metal bands is actually a Christian metal band.
Oh, that's interesting.
Demon Hunter.
What is it?
Oh,
Demon Hunter.
I've heard of them. I don't think they've done stuff in a while.
Yeah. They had an album a year ago. They have a cover of Prong's Unconditional that's really good. I really like it. But a lot of Demon Hunter songs, you have to think about it to be like, oh, they're a Christian metal band, because they're not going believe in Jesus, you know, that type of stuff, you know, that was the cringy Christian metal. They're not like that. They're not like, you know, a new version of Striper.
What's funny is Megadeth is now by definition a Christian band.
Nice.
David said it multiple times. He's like, even though we don't subscribe to that because the type of label that it just is closed-minded. He's like, but we're technically, because of what we write about, is, you know, from a Christian perspective.
Sure, that's fine. I still like Megadeth.
Yeah. What is the pivotal Prong album?
Oh crap! I can't remember the name of it, but it's the one that my favorite one is the one that had Unconditional on it, and I don't remember the name of the album because I had it so long ago. I had it on tape.
Oh, so I am looking in the 90s.
Okay. Bethany's asking what the difference between industrial and metal is.
Well, a lot of industrial sounds like it tends to be very hard, but it has those very mechanical synth sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it's industrial from right. It's supposed to be just done on all synthesizers.
Yeah.
There's no guitars or anything like that.
No, there is guitar. There's
guitar.
Unless it's done off of a synthesizer.
Right. But here's an example. You take your guitar pedals, which sound really badass. You put your microphone through your guitar pedals and hit a pot. Okay? That's one example. It's just whatever being very inventive using computers and technology.
Yeah. Like, even though I don't like their politics, I always also really liked KMFDM.
Yeah. I don't even know if they even subscribe to the politics that's been prescribed to them.
I don't know. They've always seemed extremely left wing.
Oh, because there was this whole thing about KMFDM, which I used to get nail every time I was big on them, and I had done some research on them for my novel. And yeah, there was some kind of controversy with them. But before I go on to that, it's 1991's "Prove You Wrong."
Prove Me Wrong, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to check that one out later today.
That's the album I had that I listened to the most.
Yeah, I'm going to do it old school. I'm going to start at song number 1 and run through the album.
Yeah. Who was it? Oh God, who was it I saw in concert? They were considered industrial, but they were like the popular stuff. Oh God.
Now I'm wanting to listen to KMFDM.
KMFDM, better than yeah. I like them. And Thrill Kill Cult. My musical tastes go from metal to old school country, jazz, some hip hop and rap, especially the classic stuff and old school gangster rap, and to industrial, punk, ska. I like tons of different stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I'm on one of my favorite bands is Sublime.
Oh yeah.
It's from out of nowhere. I don't know why. I do know why, but I'm just saying. It's just like
you like them. It connected.
We're basically you're saying we're '90s brats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I listen to a lot of stuff even from like the very early '80s and late '70s. Like I was listening to Joy Division today. I forgot how good Joy Division was. I hadn't listened to them in so long, and I was just listening to somebody's playlist that popped up on YouTube while I was working, and it was a Misfits playlist. And for some reason, they had a Joy Division song stuck in there. And when it hit and I listened to it, it's like when it started to go back to Misfits, I said, nah, went and found Joy Division playlist and was listening to Joy Division.
I don't remember this, but this is one of their controversies. They were one of the bands pulled into the whole Columbine thing. Them and Rammstein.
Yeah, Rammstein. Yep, Rammstein. I
love Rammstein.
Again, I can't stand their politics, but yeah.
Well, it's good.
Their sound's amazing. See, back when I liked them, I wasn't as aware of it. I didn't pay as much attention.
Yeah.
I just it sounded cool. Because, I do like the sound of industrial and metal and punk and the most. Oh, another band I love, and you wouldn't think this sounds good, but it does. And that's Gangsta Grass.
Gangsta Grass. That just sounds funny.
It's hardcore gangster rap mixed with bluegrass. They're the people that did the theme song to the TV show Justified. You remember that show Justified? With Timothy Oliphant?
You
never saw it on FX?
Don't think so.
Well, there was a show called Justified on FX. Timothy Oliphant was on it, and he was like a deputy, a federal marshal in Kentucky, like backwoods meth hillbillies that are basically gangster meth dealer Kentucky. And he was from that area, and he was just trying, and he's just angry to his core, broken person who tries to do what's right, but he always ends up having to kill a bunch of people. And if you look at the cultures of that type of life in Kentucky, and you look at like urban hip hop, like gangster culture, there's a lot of overlap, similarity, and there's a lot of those same type of themes in the stories that you see. Because it's a bunch of hillbillies out growing pot and making meth out in the woods, and they're selling it and moving it on a large scale.
Damn, this dude's been in a lot. But yeah, I'm on the Justified page now. I'm like,
yeah,
how did I miss this one? I totally missed this one. I don't recognize.
Oh, it was a great show.
It looks like it's 5 seasons. Wait. 6 seasons, 6 season long, which is pretty good on FX. That means they probably ran their course.
Yeah, Bethany's seen it. Yeah, Walter Goggins was the best bad guy ever on that show. He was that main bad guy that was his best friend growing up. Yeah, in the show, the villain of the show was like they grew up together. So there's a lot of history there. And there's this is the parts of Kentucky where they still have family feuds going back to what's that famous family feud? The Clampetts and the
Oh yeah. No. The Clampetts.
Not the Clampetts, but you know what I mean. That type of thing. Hold on. The something in the McCoys.
Hatfields.
Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah.
It's exactly. But the Beverly Hillbillies are those type of people. They wouldn't have been the silly, sappy people you saw on that TV show. They would have been some hardcore.
Yeah.
Like hillbillies.
You don't call a hillbilly a redneck. You don't. Unless you want to get your face smashed.
They're not silly. the way like some of them are dangerous.
Yeah.
And the culture's pretty rough. Hatfields of McCoys, yes. You know, like the Beverly Hillbillies, but not the Beverly Hillbillies. They're
or almost like Duck Dynasty. Those guys a little bit.
Yeah, but those guys, if they were selling meth instead of duck calls.
Yeah.
And had acres and acres and acres of pot farms out hidden in those national forests.
Dang, he's on. Okay, so John London, a.k.a. Johnny Rotten, just had this going viral panel with other punk rockers. One being Henry Rollins, and I know the way he treated Henry. If Henry wasn't a fan, and if Henry was 20 years younger, he would have cracked him. But he just sat back and giggled. Henry Rollins did, because he's one of my favorite dudes, Henry Rollins. Mm-hmm. But Lyndon used to be you could find something he says and you just like there's just this outrageous truth to it. But now he's like super old and I don't even think they say he was drunk. I don't think he was drunk. I think he's just old and he's starting to get. But he got in a I don't want to say a fight, but a way with words with I guess the last remaining member of the Ramones, whoever that is, and it was all punk rock, man. You could just tell it wasn't put on. It wasn't a show. It was just arguing and just craziness. But at one point, and without going into any politics, no matter how I feel, when the dude from the Ramones goes, all that, but fuck Trump. It was out of the blue too. And I'm like, what? why would you? How non-punk is that? It's like you're just going with now you and then Johnny Rotten even looked at him and called him on it. Like, really? What does that have to do with anything? It's like it's like your programming just kicked in.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, and what you just keep saying is about, like, I don't know KM FDM's politics. I don't know Rammstein's politics, and it's for the best these days, because it's like, I don't want to.
Yeah, like I remember being way back in the day. I was like, I really liked Rage Against the Machine too.
Yeah,
but now it's like, oh my god, this dude's a communist. Like, he's a Che Guevara loving communist.
Yes, he is.
And I can't listen to him anymore.
Yeah. It's just like, there's no balance. It seemed like there was a balance. Like, we're gone too far this way back in the 90s, and Rage was fresh air, even though they had their detractors. If you remember, the bass player from Metallica, what was his old band? Not
Suicidal.
Not Suicidal. It was like Suicidal, and it was from a lot of the members from Suicidal.
Okay. Infectious Groove.
Yes, they did this whole bashing of Rage Against the Machine, pointing out that these guys are driving around in Ferraris, by the way.
Yes.
It's like, and so they have this whole song, and the song is actually pretty badass. And I was like, man, I didn't even know this existed until about a year ago.
I couldn't remember Hatfield and McCoy's, but I remembered Infectious Groove. How obscure.
Right?
Major American history.
Right?
Infectious Groove. Remembered right off the...
Well, Infectious Grooves is more important.
Yeah, they were great. That bass player is awesome, dude. Oh.
Yeah. You ever come across a band late in life that was around when you was a kid and go, why couldn't I have accidentally stumbled across this band?
You know why? I knew about them, and I even listened to them a little, but I am a much bigger fan of Judas Priest now than I was then.
Yeah.
I like it much, much more.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Who else? I like Ramones and stuff better now than I did then. Because back then I was way more in metal and grunge.
Yeah. I didn't get into Pantera until a year. Well, I would say months before his death.
Huh.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, a friend got me into him, and we were starting to play on and jam on some of their tunes, mm-hmm. which was more him, because he was better at guitar than I ever was.
Oh, Dimebag Darrell, yeah, he was.
But my friend my friend who mastered all Metallica's songs. He never was getting the idea of, Pantera tuned their guitars different.
Yes.
Dime tuned his guitar different. So he finally started doing that, and I'm literally still half foot in the Jehovah's Witnesses, right? And so that wouldn't allow me fully engulf myself in Pantera, right? And I'm going out.
Sure.
I'm going out into ministry one day, and I'm stopping at right there on Collins and 103rd. I'm at that stop. Mm-hmm. Now, I had heard the morning when I left to go out in the ministry, I heard we'll have more about this, on mainstream news that morning. I heard something about a shooting. Then that afternoon, Planet Radio was still out, and barely, and they announced it, and I was just like froze at the stoplight, and had somebody honk at me, and I had to snap. I was like, I didn't just hear that, did I? That somebody had just jumped on stage and killed Dimebag Darrell. The current band, well, I guess they were defunct, but somebody I had just gotten huge into,
Yeah, dude, it was shocking to hear.
Yeah,
like some fan, or I don't know how you call yourself a fan to do that, jumped up on stage and shot him.
Have you watched the video?
No, I've never watched the video. I don't have that morbid curiosity. I do accidentally stumble across things on the internet, on YouTube and stuff, I don't seek it out. I don't go looking for it.
Ever since my dad, I had to know, you know, like my dad's car accident, I wanted to see the everything. So since then, when it comes to those kind of things, I want to know details, you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, so I guess I do. I remember before my dad's death, somebody at a party we had went to put on Faces of Death, and I remember flipping shite. I was like, guys, what the hell are you watching? Oh, blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
I think that's all. I think most of the Faces of Death, I think some of those are fake.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I believe it.
Some of them aren't.
The one I saw wasn't.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those movies because back then, you know, you want to be. Back then, you know, you wanted to be cool and edgy.
Yeah. But a 17-year-old kid that's, you know, halfway in, you know, a religion that, and you see all of a sudden on right in front of you somebody, you know, you're not even allowed to watch R-rated movies, and yet you all of a sudden see this thing. It changes.
Yeah, those things are freaking snuff porn.
Yeah,
it's disturbing.
I understand curiosity with it. I don't understand being into it. Like me, I watch like they're on YouTube, so they're not, but it's like accidents where you know somebody died in that accident.
Oh yeah.
And the thing with me is it's like I'm just like, I wonder if I can avoid that one. I wonder if I see the one thing that makes me avoid something like one of these just way crazy accidents that happen out of the blue. You know?
Oh man, some of them are so wild and like you said, out of the blue.
Yeah.
There's no avoiding it unless you like stay at home and sealed in your room.
Yeah. This is
Some
true.
of them are it's just so bizarre. It's like fate conspired against somebody to take him out that day.
I've never seen it, but it makes me think of everybody mentioning that movie, Final Destination.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Some of them are it's just so wild what happened. It's like, what are the odds that person would have been there that day, walking down the street at just the right time?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it is pretty nuts. Oh, that was heavy.
That is. And then I started to pull up something that was not as heavy, but depressing, because I was going through my photos and I seen a painting of my dad's. And I'm like, oh yeah, by the way, my dad used to paint, until they cut his wrists open for carpal tunnel and he couldn't paint no more.
Oh.
And then you find out that doesn't do anything but destroy your hands.
Yeah, the surgery to fix, because that's carpal tunnel's tendonitis.
Yeah.
I have tendonitis in my arm.
And
I've had it since I was 18. I picked up something heavy.
Ooh.
And I heard something pop.
In your hands or in your...
In my elbow.
In your elbow.
And I have problems in my hand now from it. The thing is, though, I found out what gets rid of it, what makes it go away. It's just I'm not doing that, and that's the reason it's so bad again right now. And the problem is simple, and it doesn't sound like it would work, but it does.
Mm-hmm.
Lift weights.
Oh, yeah. That would make sense, yeah.
Lift weights, because when you strengthen all the other tendons and ligaments and muscles around it, it relieves the stress.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't know if you knew this, but I'm a certified massage therapist, just not a licensed one. I never bothered to get my license. And some of the things that I found out during that time, which would totally help carpal tunnel, made me almost nauseous, because carpals are the little round or sesamoid size bones in here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you work your wrist around, you can start feeling it, and you can pop them back in place. Mm-hmm. And I've had even my wife go, I couldn't feel my hand all day until you did that, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, the problem in my elbow, my middle finger, and
the one you need for traffic. Oh no.
Yeah, through my thumb will go numb, like the tingling feeling when your arm goes to sleep.
And that's from your elbow, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
That's where I heard the pop. And my forearm the muscles in my forearm get super, super tight.
Is it one of those things where the muscle mass building muscle pulls away from the inflammation?
I don't know, but I know when I start lifting weights, it gets a little worse for a while, then it goes away. Then it almost completely goes away. It takes a while. It takes a couple months.
Mm.
And it gets worse to start with. But after a couple of months, once I start getting stronger, once I'm arm curling like 40 pounds, no problem, it doesn't bother me.
Well, one of the things they always drilled in my head is like what they called the what is that bridge? The Golden Gate Bridge scenario. And that's why muscle building actually does that. It'll actually pull your bones back into the right place.
Yeah.
It can, so, a centimeter to, a half an inch can be like devastating to your health as far as pain. Then you go get a muscle builder who builds muscles and just all of a sudden stops having pain. And it's because your muscles put your bones back into the right place, kind of thing. It's weird. It's not really weird. I mean, if you think about how the Golden Gate Bridge works, if you was to cut a couple of those wires on one side, it would pull that structure and put pressure on the wrong parts of that structure.
Yeah.
So.
And it makes a noticeable difference.
I really need to start.
I can feel it, man, when I do it. Now, to start with, it gets worse, and I can barely hold a pen or a pencil for more than just a couple minutes at a time. But after a couple months, once that muscle memory kicks in, and I start getting stronger, my grip starts getting stronger, and my forearms start to build back up, it goes away. And all the exercises that build my forearm and build my tricep, and it goes away. But I have to take it slow to start with. I have to go slower than you think I should.
Yeah, I can believe that.
But then after a while, dude, I start getting stronger fast. There's two things I do. Well, it's probably going to change now that I'm getting older. Is I get fat really fast and easy, and I get strong really fast and easy if I work out.
Yeah, you're past those 40s now. Everything's gonna be a guesswork.
Exactly, but
he's not normally past them. He's in the middle of them.
I'm not quite in the middle yet. 43. I'm not to the middle yet. One more year until I'm 44. Then I'm in the middle.
45.
I got a question. Taylor Swift is not a bad-looking woman, but why do I get the creeps every time I see a picture of her?
Because she looks like a snotty little bitch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's the way. Yeah. She comes across very stuck up.
Yeah. I'm literally looking at a file with 14,790 pictures in it, and I can't find anything that inspires me to want to draw.
What?
I don't know. I drew this earlier today, but I haven't really, it's like it turned out okay, but it wasn't something I wanted to finish. I didn't start it with the intention of finishing.
Bethany said, "'Cause she's crazy." Bethany is a very smart woman.
Yes, yeah, we knew this. We should have Bethany on sometime.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. I don't know if she has the setup.
I think if it's the Bethany I'm thinking about, she should. She was on my program a long time ago a couple times. She's been on Gary a couple times too.
Cool.
Yeah, she has like her own art channel, I believe.
Yeah, I subbed.
Unless I'm thinking of a different Bethany.
No, I believe it's the correct Bethany. She comes to your channel.
Yep.
That's how she found us, I believe, is from your channel. It's from your cross promoting us, Cross.
Yeah, probably back when I interviewed you guys back when your first hero campaign.
Yep.
Yeah, Andrew needs to get about $50 and bug the hell out of EVS. It's time to get on EVS and push this to that red.
If he wants to,
I tried the other night a little bit.
Yeah, it's got to be Andrew, like Avery was saying. It's got to be Andrew.
Yes, because this is his baby.
Well, and well, trust me, I understand the nerves, but you know it's.
Mm-hmm. He needs to keep trying to get back on Malin. Malin helps too, dude. It's just I think he's only messaged Malin once, and sometimes, well, these guys are busy as well.
No, they all say flood our inboxes.
Yeah,
and that's what you got to do. You got to flood EVS's inbox too, because look at Nasser. That's how he got his attention, and Cecil as well.
Yeah, you got to be Nasser, Andrew,
or Cecil. Take your pick.
Well, oh man, what the hell? Well,
because
when's the last time you seen John Dillard on Cross?
He was on my channel a little bit yesterday, but he didn't say much because of his water heater. Oh, and no, he was on afterwards. He was on the stream afterwards. Well, me and Lorenzo were talking. He came in, but he was on earlier this week too.
It's okay, Bethany.
Yeah, me neither, Bethany. And I was feeling like it was my fault, like I'm not looking for him. But
I don't think he's doing a lot of YouTube. I think he's at the moment. I could be wrong. Although this is probably not a good time for him not to be doing a lot of YouTube.
He's got 6 days left.
Oh yeah. I'd like to see that get funded.
Yeah.
I really would. There's so many people involved.
I don't know why this hasn't been. This is, you'd think that I don't know. There just should be a little more fire under some of the pros to get this. This is kind of important. It's like when Marvel, and I wanted to say Image, but it's like when they would put out their their monthly "This is what happens" or their Marvel Presents, or Image would do something like, "Hey, we got new artists here. We want to promote them because it brings it brings eyes on our
community."
Yeah. Our brand, if you will, because Comicsgate is becoming a brand, if you will.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's a brand but not a brand, which is weird.
Weird.
Okay, what happened there?
I have no idea.
Neither do I.
Bethany saying, I have to ask, are toy shows that overpriced for their action figures captive audience or taking advantage of you guys $20 to $30 figures for going over 60? I say they're overpriced. But then again, I think a lot of ones in the regular stores are overpriced too.
Plastic crack is just overpriced, Bethany. It's just
I don't really buy toys anymore. There are toys I want to buy, but I'm only interested in like the designer toys.
This is what's funny. What happened with me just recently is I told Tara is like, all right, I finally, the $20 per figure thing. I'm finally just gonna get some toys. Maybe I can make some videos. The prices went up. The second I was like, okay, I'm okay with $20 price tags. But like she's saying, she's been watching the shows. These toys are like $65 a piece.
Oh, which ones?
Like there's Predators coming out from NECA. NECA figures are expensive. If you've looked at the NECA Ninja Turtles, which are 2-packs, but they're like $100 for 2 figures.
Okay, yeah, they're doing they're doing limited edition high end. Yeah,
yeah, and they're amazing. They are amazing, but I'm just like, yes, they are movable statues now.
Yes.
But
yeah, it's
a lot. That's the reason why when I do buy a toy, very, very rarely, I just go ahead, I save my money, and I buy the $150 like 3A toy. Or there's Hot Toys I would buy. I buy the thing that looks amazing on the shelf. Yeah. That there's not like there's not like 500,000 of them out there. And I look for that really, really rare thing that makes me go, oh my God. Yeah, I like the ones that you can find in a Walmart or a Target. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it. And not to say that there aren't exceptions. There can't be an exception to that. But generally, I'm probably not going to buy that figure no matter how cool it looks.
She says yeah, that company, Marvel Legends, etc.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The only one she wants is the Hot Toys Doctor Strange. They have that for 200 or something. Yeah. See that. I get that. But anything sold in like a blister pack, that if you can go to your average bookstore or toy store or Walmart or something to pick it up, unless I get it on clearance at a super good deal, I'm going to skip it.
Yeah, same here. I don't like spending, like $10-15 a toy.
Yeah. Now, if I can get a $30 toy, I think looks really cool for $15-10 on clearance. Okay.
Now, see, I've never liked the movie toys. This is a movie toy, and the Hot Toys Doctor Strange. It's a movie toy, and I've never liked the movie toys.
The Hot Toys and it's Hot Toys and Sideshow. I think they're worth it, but they're also kind of limited. And that's why if I were collecting toys regularly, that's what I would be buying, or I would be buying Ashley Wood's like 3A.
Yeah.
Which I have one of those. I have the white version of Supreme Nom. I picked it up at 2012 New York Comic Con. I love it. It's awesome.
I don't have. I couldn't look up Ashley Wood's because I don't have a filter on.
Oh yeah, because some of them have some nudity and some pretty kinky stuff. Yeah, the 6 scale figures. Yep. All right, that's 3 pages this week, Andrew. The cover in page 39.
We've all
2.
That's a lot of.
I've colored 164 pages. The 2 covers for the first 2 black and white volumes he put out, the new wraparound cover, and 39 pages of the new book. I've covered well over 200 pages of Hero.
Cool. Almost 250.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of Hero.
It's not 250. It's just over 200.
You're a real hero.
I know, right?
The real American hero.
Yeah, America. Well, yeah. I wasn't sharing.
Just not the greatest American hero.
Believe it or not, it's just me. Here's page 39. Page 39, all done.
All bun.
All done.
All done. You know, we was talking about how who's the dude that used to do the
I need to do the background. Norman Rockwell, yes.
Norman Rockwell. Well, all his stuff was done with one of those you know, the light goes in and shines down on the paper. What is that called?
Light box.
Light box?
No. Like a Mary stick or something like that.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like you point it at the picture and it like literally shines down on your page.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember what it's called, but anyways, that's the technology that was available to him, and that's what he used.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's like, okay, that does take some of the magic out of it. And if you can imagine when you first saw your first Norman Rockwell, it's definitely different than the pictures you see what they were pulled from. But now in the internet age, don't you feel like it's stealing all the magic, which is basically the not knowing? Like, I've already felt that way about music for the longest time. I'm like, man, some of me wish I would have never learned to play guitar. I don't want to know that particular song is easy to play. I just want to listen to the freaking song and enjoy it. But now that I know that, it took the mysticism out of it. Now that's happening with me in art. It's like, I'll see this great piece, and then I'll see Pinterest and a model photo that they took it from, or at least was inspired by. And it's like, I wish I would have never seen that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
It's like seeing Norman. With Norman Rockwell, it was kind of cool to see what he was getting, that he was taking his own pictures. It's like Alex Ross. I find it cool that I see him taking pictures of himself and then he paints it and whatever. I think that's cool. But the internet makes it so easy to look up anything. It's like so much gets taken from you that you would have enjoyed without it. Like, we didn't need to know.
Not for me.
Me either. Well, that's just us too. You can be different.
Yeah.
We'll allow you.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I'm to a point, I know I can pretty much draw anything if I see it. But what I'm trying to fight is, okay, like Andrew kind of inspires me on this, because he can pull up anything and make it up. He doesn't need reference. He makes it up in his brain, which is so cool to me. You get what I mean? Like,
Andrew uses reference.
Like, I was just looking at that picture you're coloring there. He used reference for that?
He does use reference. He looks for something to base things on. Andrew uses more reference than you realize.
Right. But that's what I'm saying.
It's just, the trick is, once you get good enough that you can't tell what's what. That's
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I don't want to see the wizard behind the curtain. I want to.
Then don't look.
It's getting hard. What my point is it's getting harder and harder not to look. It's like I mean, like your boy Zach said, you know, it's quote him on that. Help me out, because you know what I'm talking about.
All art is cheating.
Yeah, all art is cheating. But it's just how well you put the cheating together.
Yes, it's the art is how good you are at it. If your cheats work, then it works. If your cheats don't work, then it doesn't work.
Yeah. Now, he didn't say all art is stealing. He said it's cheating. Speak of the devil.
I don't know what you idiots are talking about. Every one of my stories is solid gold. Consider them screenplays for the next big block.
What are you babbling about? What are you babbling about?
Yeah, let me get to the punchline of the joke, man.
Bethany says she's going to meet William Catt. He was really cool. Who's William Catt? I'm lost.
That name sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar. Did you check your Voodoo, or did you hop online real fast?
I just hopped online as soon as I got home.
Okay.
All I'm getting is a face shot.
I have access to Andrew's Voodoo account, but I'm signed in on my Xbox, and I realized today I can buy movies on Xbox. It'll charge me because I'm signed in on my Xbox, but he should be able to watch it too.
What is this?
What?
Greatest American Hero.
What?
That's.
Well, you never watched that show?
No,
Oh, yeah.
I've never seen this before in my life.
Greatest American Hero show actor. Blah. Thank you. Yeah, I used to watch this show. That's the reason why he was like, he said Greatest American Hero, and I said, believe it or not, it's not me. That's from the theme song. I used to watch that show when I was a little kid. It was this comedy where this guy who was basically like Superman, he got dropped off this suit that gave him superpowers by aliens. The thing is, though, the aliens didn't give him the instruction manual.
Or didn't the instruction manual get destroyed or something?
Yeah, it got destroyed.
I don't remember. I was a little kid. When did that show come out?
The 80s.
Very early 80s. I was born in 75.
Yeah, probably around then. I watched it too.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, he lost the book. That's it.
Yeah. And actually, the aliens came back and he got another copy and he lost it too or something like that.
Yeah. It was a great, cheesy, over-the-top 80s TV show.
You guys are old.
Yeah, it was
Thank you.
Well,
it was great.
Better old than ugly, man. Better old than ugly.
Hey, dude. When we were growing up, we had the Wonder Woman TV show, Greatest American Hero, Buck Rogers,
the A-Team,
the A-Team, Airwolf,
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard. No, but like just superhero action shows.
Yeah. Knight Rider.
Knight Rider. The Flash Gordon movie was in regular rotation on TV with a soundtrack by Queen.
We had good TV shows back then.
Dude. What was it? Hulk, Wonder Woman. The Batman TV show was always on somewhere from the 60s. Yeah. Like stuff stayed in syndication longer on main TV back then. And our generation could also still catch shows like I Love Lucy and Leave It to Beaver. Those were still regularly on the air back then.
Yeah.
They were still shown in reruns.
Oh, and of course, Gilligan's Island.
Exactly. All that classic Americana TV, dude. We had it still. It was a whole generation or two later, they were still showing it. I used to watch Dark Shadows as a little kid in rerun.
That was one I never watched. We've had that discussion before. So.
Yeah, I know. If I could afford it, I would get the DVD box set, and I would hand it to you, and I would be like, as you binge watch them, give them back to me so I can refresh my memory.
Yeah, I've got the whole Greatest American Hero show on DVD.
Oh, that's fantastic.
There's a painting I still have of my father's that's on my wall that I thought for the longest time was Dracula, and my mom's like, no, that's Barnabas. I'm like, who? She's like, he painted that for me because I was such a fan of Dark Shadows. And I'm like, what is Dark Shadows?
That show didn't take off big until they added Barnabas, but before then it was on the air for a couple years, and it was a soap opera, but it had werewolves, witches, ghosts, time travel, vampires, curses. It was really cool. Like anybody.
Let me guess, the movie sucked.
That movie is a piece of freaking garbage.
Damn it.
Don't even watch it. Just find the original TV. And late 90s, early 2000s, Sci-Fi Channel used to show it every day in rerun. And they showed them in order, and they went all the way through it. Then they'd start it again and go all the way through it, and start it again, go all the way through it. And it's from the time period when daily soaps were shot live every day. So you could be watching an episode, it would be in color, there'd be some sort of technical problem, and the next day you're watching a black and white episode. But I believe it did start in black and white.
Do you remember that that show with Mr. T where he was like by himself and like every episode would have this where he would like like the scene in Commando when he gets dressed up to go on the island.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been TNT. He was a detective there, or a cop, or something like that.
No, it was like the Mr. T show or something. It was aimed at little kids, and
I
was
remember the
kid.
cartoon where it was like Mr. T on like Scooby Doo like adventures.
Yeah, I forgot all about that until I was watching Pee Wee Herman adventure. Yeah, his adventure movie the other day, and he was pouring a Mr. T cereal on his pancakes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So Andrew, I have another page color, so it's the cover and a page this week.
Okay.
And it's wonderful.
It's a wonderful life.
And you need to start super chatting EVS and get on his show. Bug the hell out of him.
Or Mike, even too. A couple of them.
Mike isn't. If you bug EVS and you say I have a thing, it's got etc. days left, he'll get you on.
Yeah.
Maybe. Right now he's really focused on helping out Billy.
Who's Billy?
Billy Tucci.
Billy Tucci. He's got a book on Indiegogo, Zombie Samba or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I backed it. It's Billy Tucci.
Sean R2D2 for life posted, jump into phase 3 with Andrew Charper's Hero. Is Hero a fox, a raccoon, or a kangaroo? You'll never know if you don't back the book. And I just put out a post. Don't panic. Hero Book 1. No, it says nobody panic. Hero Book 1 is on Indiegogo, has officially been extended for an extra 30 days.
Cool.
Now over the next.
I think that's fantastic, because I say if we're going back,
that's why his name is familiar. He's the dude from She. Okay,
yes,
got it.
Yes, Andrew, if we're going down, let's go down swinging, dude.
Yeah, might as well.
Exactly.
All right, my post says, nobody panic. Hero Book 1 on Indiegogo has officially been extended for an additional 30 days. Check it out, back it, and it's time for great comics. And then, of course, I share the link.
Cool.
If
awesome.
Nobody has actually kicked Nasser yet, they're not going to kick you for bugging the hell out of him. Get aggressive. Bug the hell out of him.
Tosspot posted on Twitter, this is where the fun begins. After Here failed, Andrew Charper sent me a sketch at Christmas as a thank you for backing and apologizing for it not making its goal. Never have I had someone gift me a thank you. Cool. Well, I'm glad I was able to help.
This time, if we don't make it with this many backers, I don't think we can send them all sketches.
No, I don't think that's going to happen, guys. That was a Christmas thing. A Christmas thing. So.
We might be able to do a thank you card, though.
Oh, we'll definitely do thank you cards. Absolutely.
Make some nice postcards or something, Yeah.
What was
all right?
What was Booster confused about?
Oh, probably because of the two heroes.
Oh, yeah. And then I think there's someone else with a book called Hero, too.
That's why I always mention it all as like one thing.
Hero book 1. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but it still needs a title. It still needs a subtitle. That was one of the things we were supposed to work on, and I haven't figured it out yet. So you guys want to hear my flea market story?
Go for it.
I'd save it for my live stream, but that's 2 days away. I might forget the whole story by then.
Bethany, I thought he was a kangaroo at first too, but he's not. He's not.
Well, to be honest with you all, when I originally drew him, Avery said he looked like a cross between a raccoon and a kangaroo, and we were going to call him a kangaroon, but I didn't like the name, so we changed it to Tilmaroon. But yeah, it was Avery that
You know,
said
I didn't actually know that was made up at one time, and I Googled while y'all were talking. I was Googling Till Maroon. True story.
So what'd you find?
Oh, let's look it up again. While y'all were talking, I was Googling Till Maroon.
Nope. Okay. All right. So I set up again today at the flea market, and I did well. Well, if you combine, because what I did is I paid for 2 weeks, 2 Saturdays. It's like $35 a day for a table, which isn't bad. I made back enough money from the 2 days combined to pay for the table on day 1, the table on day 2, as well as enough money to cover the table for next week if I'm able to do it. Which means if I pay for next week's table, everything I make is profit because the table's already been covered. But here's the cool thing. Now you'll say to yourself, well, I only made like 40 some odd dollars the first day and $60 the second day. But so if I'm only going to make $40 to $60 next week, that's not a lot of money. But 3 of my customers today were repeat customers from last month or last week, which means they found my table, they like my stuff, and they're coming back and they're spending money.
That's past your stall fee?
Yes, past the stall fee. So
no, that's awesome. That's actually good for flea market.
Yeah, so if I can get those 3 and maybe a few more from today to come back, the potential is much higher. And I also brought my rack that I use for conventions and had original hero art all over it and got a lot of people stopping asking about it. But of course, I showed them the preview, but I told them, I don't have copies to sell. And I pulled out a little card that has, here's the website and the YouTube channel. Go check it out there. So we'll see what happens.
Cool. Yeah, you should have the Indiegogo link.
Yeah, the Indiegogo is hard for normies to understand, though.
Yeah, well, if you go to misfitcorner.com, which is the website, my main website, I now have a link to the Indiegogo.
Good job.
Guess when I added it?
Today.
This morning.
Good job, bro. Dude, I don't care. You added it. I'm happy. I'm not going to.
I'm just such a. Okay, and that's not even. And that's not even my. My flea market story.
Okay.
So I learned.
And message mail him again.
I will. I learned a few things about the flea market, and here's the thing I learned today.
Okay.
I was set next up to a literal snake oil saleswoman. Somebody selling some type of cream something that, no, it's not even that. It was one of these things that you put on anything and it heals anything.
Shea butter.
No, it's not even shea butter. It was something that, and put a drop of it in your drink in the morning and it'll help with hair growth and all this other
bear
crap.
Gravy.
It's probably pee.
Yeah, well,
it's totally bear gravy.
She was very loud and boisterous. We would get people to come to the table just by being, utterly annoying. Well, we introduced each other and said hi, and she was looking at my pops. Now, if you guys don't know, pops, part of the problem, I have very few left. I had bought a whole bunch at one point, sold them at shows, made back my money plus some. These are literally just my extras, okay? And she's looking at them and she goes, well, what do you sell them for? I said, $3 a piece, 2 for $5, dirt cheap. And believe it or not, even at that price, I'm still making money because of what I paid for them. And she says, well, I really like them. What if I bought like 10 of them? And I said, well, I'll go $2 a piece then, 10 for 20. She's like, oh, that sounds like such a good deal. And then later on, she came back and says, well, how many do you have left? I said, I have 18 left. She says, what kind of a deal would you give me? And I said, 30 for all 18. I really don't care. I want to get them off my table. And she's like, oh, okay, great. That sounds like a good deal. I'll do it. I said, all right, no problem. So she says, I just need to make some money. And I watched her make some sales. So I knew she had made some money. So I took the display down that I had. I had a rack of them, and I took it down, and I packed them all together and put it aside. And then an hour or so later, after I've gotten customers coming and going, she says to me, she goes, how much do you think I can sell them for? And I said,
welcome. I knew it was coming.
And I said to her, well, they retail for like $10. So, I mean, anything less than that is a deal. So, people that are looking for them will pay whatever you ask, And And then a little bit later, she said to me, she says, Andrew, I'm really sorry. My business partner says I can't. And I'm like, no problem. No problem. Which isn't a big deal. I will mark them down to $1 a piece and get rid of them at $1 a piece just to spite this woman next time I get the opportunity. But what I learned is you don't make a damn deal with somebody and take the product off the table till the money's in your hand.
Not at the flea market.
I learned the hard way. You don't trust people. You don't trust the person standing next to you. And, because I was cool. I was cool with it. But that was an hour. That was an hour and a half of people walking by that I didn't have the product on the table.
Well, it's not just trust. When you've done flea marketing as much as I've done, you know shit happens with you if you were to do that. And so in case stuff, you should have said, if I still have them at the end of the day, you can get that deal. That's
yes. Well, see, in my mind,
she probably thought you was going to do that anyway. That's just
No, I set myself up. It was all 100% me on this one. I let myself be duped and went for it.
I don't understand how you're that dumb.
Dude, you've known me for 25 years. You know exactly how dumb I can be.
More.
Yeah.
I
looked up till Maroon and Maroon 5 came up.
What?
Oh, no, wait. Hero's on this. That's cool.
What?
All right, you see my screen?
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, there's Hero.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Right below Maroon 5. Oh, well. No, but there's...
Perfect.
You know what? I think that's one of the panels from the character page on my website where you can go and get information about the characters. And it probably mentions Maroon there, so that makes perfect sense.
Every time you post Hero someplace, and you can put in tags or metadata, you need to put in Tell Maroon.
Okay.
Yeah, hashtag Tell Maroon.
Tell Maroon. Yeah. He needs to become the fake word Till Maroon.
Mm-hmm.
All right, using this site. Why a lot? Wow. I've never seen this, and I've been hanging out with you for 6 months.
It's not my fault you didn't go there.
I didn't know about it.
No, it's absolutely... Well, I have a website. That's it.
I didn't know about your website either.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You draw?
You've got an Indiegogo?
Oh, damn. That's just rough.
Andrew, do you realize I have colored over 200 pages of Hero?
That I do believe. And I think you only ever intended to color one page.
Plus 3 covers.
Oh, well.
I said he's a real hero because of it.
Yes. Believe it or not, it is just me.
Okay, so this time, before I went out, I grabbed 8 boxes. I went through them to see if there's any gems in there. And I did find 2 gems. Check out what these are right here. Do you know what these are?
I can't see. I'm not.
Thor, the mighty Thor.
Thor issues 411 and 412.
Ooh.
This is the Axe of Vengeance crossover, which was frickin' fantastic back in the day. Mm-hmm. But this is also the first appearance of the New Warriors, including one of our friends, our YouTuber friends' favorite characters, Night Thrasher.
Dude, I have like 408 and 410. What issues are those?
411 and 412.
I have 408 and 410 or something like that. There's an issue like before that has a Mike Mignola backup story I need to find. One of my viewers told me about it. It's like I have the issue before it and after it, and that's the 2 issues after I have. What are you going to do with those?
Probably keep them. I like them. These are some of my favorites. But here's the funny thing. This is one of those ones where on this cover you have the Juggernaut. Nothing can stop the Juggernaut. You know.
Isn't that? Do you see him in Senate?
No, this is Ron Friends, I believe.
Oh.
No, yeah, Ron Friends and Joe Sinnott is the
Senate okay.
But yeah, but if you look here, and it's got a backup story, but it's the new Warriors appear on the final panel of the last page, which then, of course, they appear on the cover for the next issue. But this isn't their first appearance. Their first appearance is here. That's a Marvel thing that they did all the time.
I love it.
You know, they would tease the character in the issue before, and you know,
Venom, Carnage.
Yep.
Some other popular ones.
Oh, but here, check this out, Avery.
Didn't they do Professor X like that?
Avery, since you're still looking, check out this pretty thing.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Look at how white these pages are.
Nice.
Dude.
Yeah, I have the issue somewhere, I think, and I know I just picked up one out of a 50-cent bin that those Marvel Comic presents.
Yeah, but this is the whole story. Just that story.
Cool. Rick Leonardi. Nice. With
Nice and crisp.
Guess what the cover price of this thing was?
$20.
$6.95.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, prestige format comic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even back then, prestige format costs a little more.
So I'm putting this aside for you, my friend.
Cool. Awesome. I love Rick Leonardi, dude.
He is awesome, and that story is
awesome
like
cover.
Yeah.
And he'll charge you $6.95 for it, no taxes.
What are you talking about? It's a $50 book, man. Rick, are you out of your mind? I'm getting some color work for free for that book.
Didn't you say that you got it out of a 50-cent bin?
Oh, cool. I just got
That's not what I said. I said I bought it out of a 50-cent bin. I didn't say I got it out of one. Kodiak, come on.
Wait, I'm confused.
Sorry, didn't mean to confuse you.
Okay, if you bought it out of a 50-cent bin, wouldn't it still have been 50 cents?
Rick, stop using that Canadian logic on us, okay? We're talking American logic here, all right? Don't try to confuse. Do not try to confuse Avery with your damn Canadian dirty-fingered logic, okay?
Buy low, sell high.
You're just trying to skim for somebody. Some for free work.
You know what else I found? You know what else I found in one of the bins?
It's a pyramid scheme.
Do you remember Arcanum by Brandon Peterson? Do you remember these?
I didn't buy it.
This was back, this was a fantastic, it was a beautiful series, but I forgot all about these. I didn't even realize I had them. It's like the first 8 issues. Well, I'm missing issue 1 for some reason, but for some reason, the box that these were in were really tight, so I pulled these out so to make more room, I'm waiting for the "that's what she said" joke, guys. Come on. Where you at? Where you at, guys?
We're confused.
Yeah, Welshcraft Malin probably would be the easiest to get on. Yeah.
You're still trying to figure out my Canadian 50-cent joke, right?
We're the Maroon 5 of Comicsgate. Oh, kill me now.
Wait. I'm the one with moves like Jagger. I'm sorry.
I've got some moves if I drink enough Jägermeister.
Wait, that wasn't even that guy that sung that song, was it? Oh yeah, it was.
Yes, yeah. What now, Andrew? What?
I found 2 pieces of art to sell at the auction that I forgot I had.
What?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, want me to show them to you?
It's Shiro nude.
Shiro nude, yeah.
One is now. See, the thing that's really messed up about this is there's like the paper on the corner is a little dented. So I don't know. I probably give it away because it's not worth it. But this is an
You
original.
really don't get the concept of capitalism, do you?
I'm still thinking about that Canadian crap, man. It's got me confused. This is a Ayla Sakura done in my really, really kid style. Where I was doing some negative. I was doing a bunch of stuff with negative space, but it's like a little dented on the side, and there's like a little ripple right here. It's not enough to where it would destroy it, but
somebody would pay easy to pay $20 for that.
Yeah, maybe.
I got a question.
Sure.
Did you use reference for that?
Yes, absolutely.
God damn it.
Well, I drew
Shut up,
completely.
Avery.
It was the background.
Every artist worth a crap uses reference for something.
I was telling him that you can pull stuff from your head. No jokes.
Yeah, I pull stuff from my head all the time.
You have to mix. You mix what's in your head with reference, and that's how you get something original.
And this is another one of the color, the less detail, more color ones that I did.
Yeah, that's cool.
Can you guys recognize who this character is? You might have to be an old person to do.
I have no idea.
I recognize her, but I don't know what from.
Well, I'll give you a hint. She's got a 3 on her chest.
No, I'm lost. I love it, though.
All right, I'll give you another
Makes me
guess.
think of something I would buy for my dad.
It's a Hanna-Barbera character.
That's what I was gonna say. Something along those lines.
Yeah.
Damn.
You guys ever heard of the Galaxy Trio?
Trio. That's why I was thinking when I seen the 3. I was thinking of. I was like, what was those people? But I don't remember her.
You remember when it was a few years ago when DC relaunched their Hanna-Barbera line where it was the Scooby-Doo Apocalypse and all those. They were the Hanna-Barbera characters looked like they were gonna just blow up because the comics were so cool looking, and I bought the Johnny Quest version that had the blank sketch cover, and I wanted to do something on it, and I wanted to do something that would make it sell. So I did. So I thought, let me do the girl from Galaxy Trio, and I did it on a separate sketch, but I never put it on the cover. So I never did it on the cover. This was like me warming up, practicing, and I just really liked it. So I never did anything with it. But it's one of these characters that not a lot of people know who it is. So I mean, if it was Harley Quinn, we're talking about, I would have sold it, but because it's somebody nobody cares about. But the paper's also, it's got dented too, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll sell these or.
Well, I'm sure you could easily get $20 in a piece for them.
I take $5.95.
Yeah, so. 10 for sure.
But that's definitely something. Oh, and I found something else in my comics I wanted to share. Avery, are you trying to jump off? What?
Nothing. You're annoying.
All right, I'll make this quick. Do you remember that Tom Rainey splash page that I own? I actually have. I didn't realize I had the comic for it, but I wanted to show it to you.
What's that?
It's the original. It's the published page.
Oh, cool.
For that splash page that I own by Tom Rainey. Yeah. I didn't even realize I had the comic. Isn't that cool?
Well, you do.
I do. It's so fantastic.
Cool.
Whew.
I need to figure out what I'm bringing to the auction Sunday night.
You better get drawing, man. If you don't have something, you need to make something.
Yeah, draw me like one of your French girls.
Dude, I've got tons of stuff. I've got tons of. I still have tons of sketches. I could bring this Scarecrow.
Oh, I like that.
I just say no Lobo this week.
Oh my god, dude, Lobo did well for everybody this last week.
I have a couple Lobos, and I thought about it, and I thought, no, we don't want another Lobo going up last week.
Yeah, I'll bring this. I'll bring like the Logan sketch.
That's an awesome Scarecrow. When did you do that?
A couple years ago.
I don't think I've ever seen it. That is awesome.
That's because you don't look at my stuff that I post.
It's very creepy. I look at your stuff all the time. I just don't remember that one particular one.
Yeah, I think I got a similar pad to you. Except mine's 11 by 15.
11 by 17 or 11 by 15?
11 by 15.
Okay.
Oh, this is like a 7 by 10. This is a small one.
I just got this today.
Oh, yeah?
But I paid like $14 for it. I think 30 pages, 140 pound. I think that's
Hey, Andrew, yours isn't watercolor, is it?
No, it's mixed media. It's just regular.
Yeah, that's what I get is mixed media.
It's a thicker paper. It's just, I don't know. It always feels like it's got powder on it or something. It's got a weird feel to it.
That watercolor might be, depending on what you're doing with it, Cross. Might be interesting.
Mm-hmm. I love the Hanson watercolor paper. I've got some bigger pieces though that I don't know. I think my price is too high for those.
Yeah. What I'm thinking of, if I can get some commissions doing them on these, I've got my other stuff from a regular art stream. Eventually, that's gonna all be used up. I was getting these big pads of almost 11 by 17
Yeah.
at the dollar store for $4, and I forget there was like 30 sheets in them, but the dollar store's not selling them anymore. So
Yeah, your crowd doesn't like Spawn. They don't like the Batman Who Laughed.
Which is an awesome one, which I don't understand.
I still have this Elektra.
yeah, I don't think anybody's seen that, so that might go.
Yeah, I still have this.
Electra and Daredevil.
Yeah.
It's hard. The hard part is getting the buyers in.
It's also a matter of having the right piece with the right people there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I got to drop out. I got to go make dinner.
Okay. Later, bro.
Later.
Bye, Cody. Bye, Kodiak.
He teases me until I leave, and then he cries.
I miss you already.
Love you guys. Bye.
Oh,
Bye.
thank God he's gone. I was hoping he heard that.
Bethany, wish I had money. Yeah, but Bethany, you're here. You're here. All of you guys.
Yep.
Bethany,
We don't charge for you guys to come in and hang out and say hello. You know?
Yeah, exactly. We love having you around.
Yeah. But no, I think she means she wished she had money to buy the artwork.
Yeah.
Well, you can always come and share it out.
Yeah.
At the auction. Maybe you don't, but maybe somebody that you share it to will.
Yeah. But you show up a lot, and that matters. It really does.
Yeah.
And one day, it might be different, and we'll remember. And we'll be like, you know what? Yeah, we're going to cut Bethany a deal because we remember she was here.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Although it's probably a month or a month and a half off, I'm going to be having a 500 sub giveaway when I get there. And I'm only 150 subs away from that.
Nice.
Oh, dude, I forgot to tell you. I got like 7 subscribers during that live stream yesterday with Josh.
Oh, cool.
One of them was him. I think one of them was his partner. And I was like, this is so cool. We got to do this more often.
Yeah.
Duh.
I've been telling you to reach out to people to invite them on your stream because you're the lead on this project.
I know.
Because it's your baby.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it without you, man.
But still, you're the one people want to talk to because you're the artist and the writer.
Oh, I always thought it was because I was so damn handsome.
Yeah, God.
How would anybody know? All that you ever see is your hands.
I can put this cable too.
Bethany's asking, I have a Doctor Strange? Either of you guys got Doctor Strange?
I do, but it's of the movie. It's of what's the actor?
Oh, I forget.
It's like I drew it straight from a photo still from the movie. Like it's nothing like super original. Where is it? Where's this?
Still original piece of art.
Yeah. Where is it? I know I have it.
But no, I don't have a Doctor Strange. Rick, do you have a Doctor Strange?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh, okay.
I did it.
Boop. Here it is.
Oh, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it's just I made his cape and stuff more like the comic. I drew a bigger, flared out cape, and I tried to give him more of that bigger forehead. But it's also meant to be the actor.
Does he have a big forehead?
Well, Doctor Strange, the way I picture him, always sort of has a very widow's peak hairline.
Huh.
But I wanted to make the cape. I didn't go full Ditko with it, but I made that collar on the cape much bigger.
That is a very pretty sketch.
Yeah, I have this. Cool. Cool, Bethany. Yeah, I'll. You know what, Bethany? I'll hold on. I'll hold on to it for you. I won't bring it. I won't put it up on the auction. I'll hold it. I'll hold it just for you.
And I'll remind him that he's holding it onto it.
Yep.
Oh, I got some new tiers. I got some new tiers to make.
Yes, it'll get held.
What's that?
I was just saying I get some new tiers to set up for the Indiegogo. So
Cool.
I have work to do.
You're going to do the very simple book sketchbook, book ash can sketchbook.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool. And you can do that $300-$400 tier we talked about, where it's all 3 books and the art with a print of the color version, because you now have the color version to show.
Yep.
I'm excited, buddy. I'm excited.
Oh, that reminds me, I got a thing from Dropbox that my Dropbox was full. So,
Yo, you need to go in there and delete some stuff.
yeah, I need to move some stuff out of there.
Cool.
Because I'm not spending any money.
Yeah.
I want that stuff for free.
We're not there yet. Once we're constantly working on a book of hero and a book of something else, because we know we can get them funded, and we're getting stuff funded, then we expand to the paid version. Because we'll need it then. Because if I'm writing and drawing, if you're writing something and I'm drawing it, penciling, inking it, and coloring it, and you're going to, letter it. So you can, especially that really works well with you lettering it, the stuff that you write that I draw, because then you can reword things if you need to make it fit better with what I drew. I think that'll work really well.
Oh, hey, can I remove those files in the Kodiak folder? Or wait a minute, that was his folder, wasn't it? That wasn't my folder.
No.
Heck,
There's my Doctor Strange.
Oh, those video files?
Yeah.
Yes. Although that shouldn't affect yours, because I set that up.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. So
it shouldn't affect you.
Yeah. And I can delete the original cover because you already got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just looking at files that I can delete.
Yeah,
Did you put a copy of the color version in here?
Yes, it should be in there.
Okay. Cool.
It should be the PSD. It should be the PSD file that's the same name as your. Yeah, download it. Make sure you have it and delete it.
You went robotic on us again.
What's that?
I said you went robotic on us again.
Oh, you're going robotic to me.
Oh.
So I don't know which one of us it is.
I think it's you because I can. Because I hear me fine.
Yeah. Andrew?
Yes, Avery.
Mm.
Can you explain to me how the internet works?
No.
Ooh, yeah. Bethany says, looks great, Cross. Once hubby finishes classes, we can get some money coming in and get some art and some IGG projects funded. Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, but after Hero, funded or not, we should try sketchbooks.
Here's while I was at the flea market, I did a couple of sketches, those ideas that I told you I was having for doing T-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Here's one of them of the fox girl, the Geisha. Crap, I
The
forget what she's.
you know what? I say with your T-shirt ideas, do full figure.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm working on. That's
Okay.
what I'm working on. This was just laying out the plans.
Okay, cool. Those look great, dude.
Yeah.
And try to make the poses as dynamic as possible.
Well, I do have one rather dynamic pose I was playing around with the rabbit girl.
Uh-huh.
She's a little psychotic, so having her jump out at you with swords flaring around is not unusual.
Yeah. It sounds good, man. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Well, you're my muse. You're my inspiration.
Yeah, I'm pretty great.
You're the reason I wake up in the morning.
I know.
That's scary.
It's not scary. It's not. Don't taint it.
Yeah, don't make it creepy. Don't make it creepy.
Yeah, don't taint it.
It's already as creepy as I can make it.
Bethany says she needs to take off. We should all have a good night. Thanks, Bethany. Have a good night.
Yeah, I need to do the same. I promised my wife.
Well, we've been going for close to 2 hours, so we can wrap it up. We're winding down.
Well, I do appreciate you staying on long enough for me to jump in. So
yeah, it's cool, man. We had a good time. Cross.
Yeah, just make sure.
Yeah, what's that, Cross?
I was just gonna say, tell everybody to hit the like button.
Yeah, hit the like button. Like it.
Yeah, and whoever those people were that hit the down button, we're gonna find out who you are, and we're gonna
tickle you.
Yeah, that's it. That's what we're gonna do.
Tickle you. Which is way creepier than anything else I could think of to say. But thanks, Cross. Thanks for coming. Thanks, Kodiak. We appreciate
no problem.
Thanks, D, Bethany, HPG Wellscraft. We appreciate you showing up.
D.
And of course, always D. And anybody else out there lurking, thanks so much. Monday night will be on Andrew's channel, like always, 7:30. Link in the description. I need to add Cross and Kodiak's channels to the description. But thanks so much, guys. We really
you forgot about tomorrow night.
Yeah, I said tomorrow night.
No, that was Monday. Tomorrow night's the auction at Cross.
Oh, tomorrow night, Cross. Yes, auction 7 o'clock Eastern on Cross's channel. Sunday night auction.
And I will be there at the beginning because my parents already told us there's no dinner tomorrow night. So
do you promise?
I will.
Do you pinky swear?
It's right there, man. Right there with you.
All right. Andrew will be there. Bring your wallets. Bring those credit cards. Bring those PayPals. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye. Say bye, guys.
Bring your bank account.